Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another live session with the Hype Magazine. I'm your editor-in-chief, Jerry Doby, and today, you see her in the background, still primping. I swear to God, I got this young lioness. Look at that mane. Look at that mane. The young lioness known as Aimee Purple Reign. She is an amazing lyricist. She's a singer. Her first single, Falling for You, hit the Billboard charts at number 5. I was like, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. It's a nice way to get cracking. And she's from the East Coast. I'm gonna let her tell you. I think she was born in Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia, Navy town.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also had a little background in church. Now, everybody says that they have a little background in church. We're gonna test that out later. But welcome, Aimee.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Jerry. How are you?
I'm amazing. Can't cry, can't complain. Nobody listens to me anyway. You know what I mean? So for those of us that follow you on social media and get to see some of your shenanigans, it's just a piece of who you are. So I want you to tell me from the inside looking out, who is Aimee Purple Reign?
I mean, who am I? How long do we have? No, I'm just saying.
Oh, I got unlimited accounts, so let's roll.
Aimee Purple Reign, basically, in a whole, I'm a very diverse woman. You know, I'm a lyricist. Like you said, I'm a singer, writer, rapper. I'm actually a registered nurse too. You know, a mother. I wear many, many hats. But music is a passion for me, and it's an expression of my energy. You know, and I feel like music is something people don't take as serious as they should because it's a craft. You know that, and it's not easy. You know, but it is therapeutic. It's refreshing. You know, a lot of people are different. Everybody's diverse, and it's best to just own your own lane. But me, I'm from Norfolk, Virginia. I was born and raised on the East Coast. My roots are based in East Coast energy and hip hop. I'm influenced a lot by the hip hop culture on the East Coast. That's what brought me into the rapping aspect of music. I'm actually a former battle rapper as well. I battle rapped in 2012 with a group called Queen of the Ring, which was owned by Babs from Making a Band with Diddy. Her name is Babs Bunny. And that's where I started really getting into my lyricism. I've been a singer since I was about 11 or 12 years old in the church. And singing is something I kind of kept on the back end for a while. I wasn't too comfortable with it at first, but once I, owned it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sing regardless. Somebody will like it, and it actually helped me Billboard chart singing. So singing is a lot of my roots as well. So I know I'm more of a well-rounded artist. I do a little bit of everything. I can touch any genre,
Okay.
pretty much. So
Was there a defining moment for you that made you take music serious and really step up and try to make your first dollar at it?
I think the defining moment for me was probably after my divorce and 2 years ago. And instead of just doing it for fun, I started taking it serious. I started researching producers and people that were, already in the industry, that had ties in the industry. And I reached out to people that have been doing this. And I'm like, look, I want to do this the right way. I want to do it, legally the right way. And I started researching that. And once I learned that there's levels to it, I was like, okay, well, I have to do this a certain way, do this a certain way. That's when I noticed I started making a little bit more waves by reaching out to people that were actually in the industry and that were qualified and had qualifications that people I was dealing with before didn't have. So it's like that's what opened up the door for me to be where I'm at today and where I'm going.
Okay. Well, your methodology brought you to work with Lil Kiki, the legend, Lil
I love
Kiki
him.
from H-Town, and Donna
Yeah,
APL. She's a character. Uh,
yeah.
yeah. So what's been the most satisfying for you thus far?
Oh my God. It's very humbling experience, let me tell you. Because music is like my second art. Like I'm a nurse at first. I care for people. So music, I was new to it. I was fresh to it. I didn't understand. But when I have other artists that's been doing this that tell me, oh my God, you're dope. Like you can do this, or like your voice is so different, or we need you, or you're refreshing. That's what keeps me going. I actually did a song with Scarface as well. Um,
Uh-oh.
from
Uh-oh.
this, but because of legal issues, I couldn't release that. Me and this artist named Rags, he's from Houston as well. So I have other things that I've done as well, but because of the legal issues and things, they weren't able to be released. I'm still working on that right now. I have a lot of major things that I've done that I haven't exposed yet, because some things you can, some things you can't. I have a movie that I'm gonna be in called One Mic, that's starring Fredro Starr
Fredro from Onyx.
Fraser from Onyx, and he followed me on Instagram. I was hyped about that. So it's a movie about artists trying to get into the music industry, and they'll win, I think, like $10 million. I'm one of the artists that's in the movie. I performed in the movie. My song with Lil Kiki is in that movie. So like, there's a lot of things, come into play that's gonna help me advance this year. So hopefully, all those things, when they come together, it'll just be better for me.
Okay. Well, it is a lot of hard work, and I know that with you having your first career being an RN, but your first love probably being music.
Music, writing, anything that is an expression of my soul is my first love.
Okay. So you're not just an RN, you're a surgical RN.
Yeah, I work surgical med surge. I've done ER, a few things. I was a travel nurse for a while. Right now, I'm back in Texas at my home hospital. So yeah, I've been doing that for about 13 years.
Okay. And what satisfies you about, because that's drama. Look, I'm retired military. I've been around a little bit, and I've seen some things, but you're constantly seeing blood and guts.
No, I don't see blood and guts all the time. Just sometimes. That's more trauma. I did trauma for a little while. I worked ortho trauma, so that's like knees and hips. No, you don't see. People think we see a lot of blood. One time I really, really see blood is when I'm giving blood, or like ER sees it more than I do. I work on a surgical floor, so I take care of patients after they've had surgery. Now, we've had a few, like if somebody falls and hurts themselves, yes. The worst thing I've probably seen is like during codes, when we have to, like, someone's actively passing away and we have to get in there and bring them back, or try to bring them back. That's probably the hardest part of it. And COVID was really, really rough for all of us. That was like the worst time to be a nurse. But now all that's passed, thank God. And we on like we're kind of back at a level playing field.
How does what you see on a daily basis, how does that affect your music and the things that you write about?
I like to write about things that are more personal to me, that affect me in a way that sometimes is not that good. But then for me to get out of it, I write about it. It helps me cope. I write about relationships, love. All women, men too. So talking about things that are relatable, that are real. I like to talk about getting my money. I'm the ultimate hustler. I have about 4 jobs and 4 hustles. Like, I DoorDash.
Really?
I'm a nurse. I'm a life coach. People pay me to do life coaching and things like that. I do prayers with people. They pay me for that too. So like, I'm the ultimate hustler. So I talk about things that are real to me. And I grew up in an urban area, rough upbringing. I don't really talk about it too much unless it's ass. So I grew up like any typical Black woman in America, middle class. And I've seen a lot of things. I've gone through a lot of things. And that's what kind of molded me to who I am. Luckily for me, I made choices earlier in my life to affect me now, that have me where I'm stable, so I'm blessed because of that. But I understand life outside of what I have. So in my music, you can still feel that little bit of rawness and roughness I've seen coming up. But then you see, someone who kind of came up out of that as well.
Okay.
So it's like a balance.
Okay. So you're able to tell some pretty vivid stories. And
I can if I need to.
If you need to. I
Yeah.
mean, in your music, like, you're clever with it. You're very clever. So it's not like you just lay it out there like planks of wood. You make them think about it and go back and listen to the lyrics. What do you think lyrically? Which song do you think you're most proud of, as far as your use of metaphor and dropping lyrical missiles?
I think lyrically, the song that I have done mostly that's more lyrical on a rapper aspect would be Money to the Ceiling, which hasn't been released yet, with Lil Kiki. It's very bossy. It's straight punchline. It's straight to the point. It's very East Coast, very urban. I think Money to the Ceiling, which hasn't been released yet, when that drops, they'll see more lyrically in me. My other two songs, Circles and Falling for You and Beat Knocker with Diamond, are more fun and then are more like touching, like the love songs, like just getting my hurt out and things like that. I'm proud of Circles too, as well, as far as singing, because I used to be kind of shy with that. But Circles is a very like very R&B, soul, neo soul type, and a lot of people really gravitate to that song as well.
Okay. Do you have a style that's the most fun for you? I obviously, you know, as a lyricist, being clever with the words and putting the stories out there and dropping them and making people think and circle back on your lyrics and go, what did she just say? I know that's got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, Falling for You, a lot of people, I have people send me a lot of my verses. Sometimes that's their favorite verse. And so in that song, I say, ain't no fun when the cat got the gun. Now you want to turn, now you want to run. Instead of ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, I was thinking about cat because I'm a female, feminine, things like that. So I just reversed that. A lot of people say that back to me. Different verses touch people differently. So it's funny, you'll think, okay, people like this part, but then somebody will repeat something different. It touches people differently. So, you know, you just never know.
What's been the most impactful fan meeting that you've had?
Oh, let me see. I think I was in Atlanta, and I was at the mall in Atlanta, and someone came up to me and they were like, "You look like this rapper I know," and I started laughing because, like, to me, I feel like I'm just, you know, I'm just someone who does what I do. I didn't think it impacted people in that way, and I'm not even from Atlanta. I live in Virginia, and they were like, "You like this rapper I know?" They were like, "Ain't your name Aimee Purple Reign?" I said, "I thought somebody sent him to me. I thought it was a joke." I was like, "Oh, you know me?" I said, "Yeah, my name Aimee Purple Reign." They was like, "Yeah, I saw a friend shared you on my page on Instagram, and she was like, I really like your music," and she was like, "I really like how authentic you are and how different you are." She was like, "Don't change for anybody, stay who you are." And that really touched me because a lot of times I'm pushed and pressured to look a certain way or stand a certain way or dress a certain way. And I'm like, that's not fair to me. It won't be authentic if I'm not who I am. You know, I don't want to be a carbon copy of no one else. I just want to be me. And for her to say that to me, it made me feel good because that's what I base myself around, is being authentic, you know, being strong, being a female leader, you know, being something somebody can kind of look up to. And so it really, that I think that was the most one that ever touched me, because I wasn't at an event, I wasn't doing music, I was just at the mall, you know. So I think that's the most impactful
Mm.
moment I've had with a fan.
I remember, I think my first serious engagement with you, you, you said something. You were on a decision making journey on whether to. You asked people would they like you if you were skinny, or could you stay the same? I
Yeah, we
think I
were
said
talking about
something
weight.
smart ass. I was like,
You said you better not lose that weight, girl.
yeah. Like, don't do it. On
I'm
all of that.
solid. It
Yeah.
is what it is, you know.
Hey, all of that. I look, we on video. I can't be saying all kinds of shit. Um, yeah. So, I mean, you mentioned women, and I brought that up simply because that I'm watching these ladies be unsure of themselves, even when they're great, and they're nobody's told them it's okay to acknowledge being great and that you're magnificent just the way you are. You know what I mean? And so when you mention, you know, you're a woman and you're girly girl and this, that, and the third, and you were still primping when we started this recording, and I was clowning, but really as an entertainer and in the public eye, the pressure becomes tenfold, would you say?
Yeah, it's rough. I'm not even, you know, on the level of the some of the female artists out here, and it is really rough. The first thing they will push into a woman like myself is sex sales. The first thing they want you to do is use yourself, your body, your image to get people to like you. They tell you they want people to, you want to be a woman that women want, and you want to be a woman that men want. You
Mm,
want to be a woman that women want to be like, and you want to be a woman that men desire. That's the model of the music industry, you know. And that's sad sometimes. And sometimes talent plays a part. Talent is only 50%. talent used to be back in the day, like you could rap, it don't matter what you look like, where you from. If you had talent, they just wanted talent. Now it's like, all right, well, you ain't really gotta have talent. Let's just make sure you look good, your makeup good, your body look good. And so it's rough. It's rough out here. I mean, I don't knock no women however they choose to look or dress. Look, I'm just a judgment free zone. I'm a little thicker anyway. Some of the stuff they be rocking, I couldn't put on no way. So I
Yeah.
ain't hating. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, but it's really pushed for women. It's harder in the industry because it's very sexualized. You know, sex sells, that's true. But then you gotta think about it. I got a daughter. She's 9. And she had a project at school the other day and she shared and she talked about me to her kids in her class. And some of the stuff she probably couldn't play because it's not for kids. But
Right.
I have to really watch what I say because she emulates everything I do. And to me, that's important. I gotta make sure, that I'm doing something morally correct for her. And my 14-year-old son, he's in high school. His kids follow me on social media. I can't be up there doing this and that. He'll be so embarrassed. He'll probably disown me. So
Man.
every move I make is not just about myself. I have to think about my children. I have to think about other things that come in play. Now, I don't care what people think about me per se, but I still want to have a certain level of respect for myself.
Mm.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
And
Period.
that's the key, I think, in the industry is only doing the things that will allow you to maintain your self-respect. Understand that, there's some business decisions that
Yeah.
you have to make. And sometimes, that comes into play. But if you are not comfortable with yourself after you make those decisions, was that decision worth it? And,
Exactly.
the industry, the machine has no mercy and has no feelings for the individual. You're just a commodity that they use
Right. Right.
to sell. And I think that might be one of the biggest surprises when people actually hit a certain level is that, oh, it's not really all about my talent. It's really about what they can make off of me as a commodity.
If you're profitable, and you got to be careful, independent artists, be careful with these labels and these signing agreements. You got to read the line between the line, baby, because it's not always what it seems. I'm an independent artist, and I'll be an independent artist unless something comes that's super beneficial for me. I like freedom, like to move how I like to move, and I like to enjoy what I'm doing. I don't want to be pressured to do or not be able to do what I want to do. You
Mm.
get what I'm saying? So once if something right comes along, I'll know when the time is right.
What was the biggest surprise for you about the business side of the music business?
Oh man, I've been only doing music for real, like recording music in the studio for a year. That's it. I've
Okay.
been an artist for 11 years, but I haven't been really recording. The biggest surprise to me was how much time and effort it takes to actually record a song, mix and master it, ad lib it, redo it over and over, listen, stack it. I did not know it takes that much time and energy to record a song. I had took my hat off. Like people don't understand artists behind the scenes is not easy. It's not, oh, they just record a song is nice, they do shows. It is very tiring. You can be in there for hours. It's not it's
Hmm.
hard work. It's hard work.
Mm. I've sat in on a session. Like I don't make music or anything like it. I'm just learning to play guitar, and just at my age, it's just something else to do. You know what I mean? But um, I've been in sessions where I'm like, y'all crazy as hell.
uh,
You heard this song like 75 times. I have been in there all excited, like, oh, this is hard beat. Oh, you killing it, et cetera, et cetera. Even, get my little walk on from time to time. But after like 60 times, I'm done.
yeah,
And
because it's a certain sound they have to have mix and master it to a certain level. Like if you want your song to be played on the radio, it has to be radio friendly. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a clean version. It's certain things you can and can't say. There's a lot of rules and regulations behind the scenes people don't know. It's a lot of work. It's a
mm,
lot of work. It's a lot of work. I have a lot more respect for artists that do it full time. I mean, I do it like almost full time, but I do a lot of other things too. So ooh, bless their heart.
how, how long did it take for you to really define like what song structure you were going to use?
It took a while. I'm actually still like every day I'm still growing and learning myself as an artist. I'm not even all the way exactly where I'm gonna be as Purple Rain, but I'm almost there. So like it's like trial and error. You know, like my first song, Falling for You, I wrote that song. I write all of my music. I write everything. My first song, Falling for You, I sang and I rapped on it by myself. When I recorded, it was kind of raw and gritty. It wasn't crisp and clean. And he was like, "Oh, it needs to be cleaner, it needs to be crisper." I was like, "No, but I like it like this, you know." Like I wanted that, like you to feel the emotion of it, the sadness, the drama, the darkness of my tone, the richness of my tone. They wanted to like clean it up and kind of auto tune it. I said, "No, leave it like that. I want to sound, you know, I want people to hear me for me." And for some reason, some loved it and some didn't, and then that's the one I Billboard charted on. So
Mm,
it's like I stuck to my intuition of, you know, people want like authenticity. Really, people just want you to be authentic.
mm.
You
How did
know,
life
so
change for you after you hit the Billboard chart?
it didn't change too much. It's the same. You know, people. I just got a little more respect. I got a little more networking opportunities. I met with Sony Records. I met Gerald Levert's brother. I met with Rap A Lot, which I already had ties with. I love them, by the way. Trust the Process, which is Rap A Lot Midwest. Those are some dope people that have taught me many things. I networked with them. So really, it just opened up the door for me to meet some amazing people in the industry. You know, like it just opened up doors. There's never opportunity in music that doesn't help me. It's
Mm.
always helping me in some type of way.
So I love your positive outlook and your energy. I'm like, but damn.
That's
How
what
do
I
you
hear that. I hear that a lot. You know, you don't know your own energy because you and yourself. But people tell me that a lot. I think it's my hair.
no, even without the hair. Well, look, the hair is an indicator of your
I'm
energy
just saying it's
because
big.
you because you bouncing around and your hair is moving. And so it's it's showing the vibrations of your energy. You feel me?
Yeah, I
You know
have
what
a
I mean?
big
It's
energy,
not
big purple.
distracting. I think it's magnificent.
Thank
Um,
you. I appreciate that so much.
and uh I just how do you keep it reined in though? Like and keep your mentals together with all that you have going on, plus, trying to deal with all the trickeration and fluckery that goes along with the entertainment industry.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, hold it pretty well together, but you never know what goes on behind the scenes. I done had some times where I was like, you know, this ain't for me. And then I would think that just when I think it was over, I would get a text message or an inbox from something major. Like, look, I got this movie. You think you could be here and be in it? Or look, I got this person. Do you want to meet with Rap A Lot Records? Or like, oh, look, you got nominated for Rapper of the Year in Atlanta. It's like, why would I stop if all this stuff is coming to me? I'm not coming to these people. So like it's just signs that give me a little bit extra to go, you know. It gets rough. You just gotta remember, I always tell, like when I tell my sisters and my people that I do my life coaching with, or even my kids, is like today, like Lorilla said, tomorrow, you know, that's why she loved tomorrow, because today might not be good, might rain today, but tomorrow the sun will come out. So you really gotta remember that your emotions and what you feel and what you're going through at this moment is temporary. It's not permanent,
Mm,
you know.
I like that. I like that.
Hmm.
Some people want to give up and end it all, as opposed to looking at challenges as opportunities to expand their reach and, um, further anchor themselves. And
Failure is just your push for success. You know, look at Jay-Z and look at people that's been look at Kanye West documentary. Like look at all these artists that had different voices, Macy Gray and Tony Braxton, Anita Baker, and all these people that had different voices or different sounds. And everybody's like, we don't like that, you don't sound good. And now they're like best-selling artists. Nobody came in the industry and they just got on and everybody liked them. That it never worked that way. It always was like, nah, no, no. The people that made it and where they at, they persevered through challenges. That's what makes them better. That's what makes them, you know, who they are. So that's just a part of the world and part of the music industry anyway. You know, we ain't in the Motown days no more where you singing on the corner and people
yeah,
like you and they put you in the studio and you on. No. So this is 2022. Totally different ball game.
okay. What do you think the most important thing we should know about Aimee Purple Reign is?
What you see is what you get. I
Mm,
always say real deal Holyfield, like the way I carry myself and move, that's how I am on an everyday basis. Like I'm not trying to pretend to be something I'm not. I'm truly authentic to what I speak and say, what I say I've done, I've seen. Um, like I am a really, really transparent person. I'm a very humble person. I came from humble beginnings, just like anybody else. They might say, "Oh, she's a nurse," or "She got a 4-bedroom house." All that materialistic stuff means nothing. At the end of the day, like I went through a lot of things that people went through growing up. I went through the same statistical things most people, no parent household. My parents' birth were, on drugs, drug addicts. They were great people. I went through that. My brothers went through the system in and out. I grew up with my grandparents. I'm an 80s baby. Everybody knows 80s baby go through that crack era. So like I've been through the hardships too. It's just like you can't let that just stay on you. You got to use that to be better than what you've gone through. That's it.
So, some of the ways to get all these things off your chest is music.
It's so therapeutic. It's just poetry, emotion, and with music. Music is poetry. It's writing. It's therapeutic. Storytelling with a beat.
And you're a good storyteller. I like it. I'm like, okay.
I appreciate that.
I'm like, shit, a couple of people that I can listen to pretty much all the time. You and Nancy Wilson. I'd be like, all right. I'm like, just sing Mary Had a Little Lamb. Go ahead. I dare you. I love it. You're in the studio, in and out. What's coming up next musically? And we got to talk more about the movie, but let's talk about personal projects first.
I have Money to the Ceiling. I'm working on distribution deal right now. I'm praying that Rap a Lot does that with me. That's what I'm working on, distribution with the Money to the Ceiling. So I'm waiting for that so I can push and promo that like I want to. I still have to do another scene for that movie, One Mic. I have a song that I'm writing now called Lost. This is another ballad. So like just another ballad and another song that I'm getting ready to drop. So those are the two things I'm working on right now.
Okay. The battle rap scene is really starting to resurge, and now even the big, Drake did his thing with a battle league and help finance it and back it. It's starting to really make a resurgence. Do you think you'll get back in the arena?
I mean, that's funny that you say that because I actually was in New York, I think 2.5 months ago. Remy Ma has a battle league now. So I was at her event, Remy and Papoose, and it was 3 girls that I started out battle rapping with that were on her card. So I came to support them. And I haven't battled in 10 years and none of my battles ever uploaded. And people's like, "Are you battling? Purple Reign, you battling?" I'm like, "Y'all remember me from 10 years ago?"
Wow.
So like I have a feeling in my little gut that something's coming for me. When the time is right, I'll know. I could, Queen of the Ring is where I started. I would love to dip back into that. But I love Remy Ma. She's like one of my favorite female artists ever. Like I resonate with her so well. So hopefully maybe I can get in a cypher or get on something with her. I got a chance to meet her in Papoose, which was very humbling for me. That was so dope. So yeah, battle rap is my stomping grounds and where I started. So I think I might dip my toe back in if it's beneficial. I think I might. I might have to come and represent for VA one time. Yeah.
I would love to see it happen. I'm
You got it. Yeah, you.
I like the underground. I like the battle rap, but ladies are vicious.
It's great. I'm telling you, it's not what you see right here is not what I can be on a battle rap. On battling, I have to like take away all of that and come straight with how I grew up. You got to take all that. You got to be aggressive. You got to be confident. And it's really like acting. You got to get up there and you got to remember your bars. It's, everybody's talking, everybody's loud, the other person laughing. You got to really be mentally prepared for that. I've done it. I've done 2 battles. It's not easy.
I've always been on the outside looking in. Like I said, I don't make music. I just, I write. And I always thought that they were doing this, doing this off the top of the dome. But it's not necessarily the case, huh?
Back in the day, it was. Back in the day, battle rap was off the top of your head. But nowadays, it's research. You write it. You write your bars. You know your opponent. You write specifically for that opponent. It can be rough too. Like battle rap is rough because you can prepare for months or 2 months for. It's like for me, the reason I got out was because my last 2 battles, my people were a no-show. I prepped myself, I traveled, I came, I memorized, I practiced over and over. I took off from work, I get there, there are no show. I put all the energy in for nothing. Then I did it again and it happened again. I said, I'm not doing this no more. You know, that's the roughest part. If your opponent don't show and you prepare for all of this stuff, it's rough. It'll
Hey,
piss you off.
were they scared? They didn't want to get embarrassed? They knew?
No, sometimes things happen. This was back in
Right.
2012, so
Okay.
a lot of stuff we weren't getting paid to come and do. This was when Battle for Females was just getting started. Like I was in there with I was with the veterans now, then they were rookies,
Mhm.
like Shayna Ashley, Farrah Funeral, Bill Collector, that's my brother. I love him to death. Like I was with all of them when they first were starting. So some people were getting paid, some people weren't, you are aware of. So like you were just coming out just to get your face and your name, recognition. So a lot of people just won't come and they didn't have no reason to.
Mm.
Or they backed out because they were, like you said, probably afraid.
Yeah. Just say it like that. It makes a better story. That you talk that stuff, you feel me?
They
Like,
knew what
yeah.
time it was. They weren't ready to be rained on.
Ah, I
Can
love
you
it.
look? My first battle on the back of my jacket said, "Can you stand the rain?" They was
Mm.
like, "Oh, she's something serious."
Can you stand the rain?
Can you
I,
stand the rain?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Um, is there anything you want to cover that I may have neglected?
Let me see.
Because
Can't
I could
really.
keep you here for hours,
Um, not too much. Not too much. I know. I've done a lot of things. I've been in a lot of magazines. By the way, y'all, my favorite magazine, just for the record, Hype Magazine is my favorite magazine.
Well,
Y'all, and
thank
no
you.
cap.
Thank you.
I've done things. I've done things with the Source. All hip hop. It's Bizkid. This is 50. Hype Magazine is most interactive with me. Shares more interested in me as an artist. Instead of a whole. But no, like if there's any artists out there, just basically don't give up and because one person says no or somebody doesn't like what you have, and don't take what people say about your music personally. Everybody's ear is different. One person will love it, one person may not like it. It's so many times we hear stuff on the radio and we don't like that song, but then you hear it 3 more times and now you singing it. So like it doesn't matter what someone's opinion of your music is. It's all about what feels good here and what if you love it, push it like you love it. That's it. Be confident in what you do and don't allow people to put you in a box. I think that's probably the biggest thing. I hear a lot of times, Aimee, you should just rap, or Aimee, you should just sing. No, I'm not. I'm doing both. I can do both. So don't make me do one thing over another or say I'm better at this one than that one. And when I feel like I'm equally yoked, I can do both, and I want to do both. So like,
Mhm.
just be yourself. That's it.
Okay. Let them know where they
Period.
can find you.
Um, Instagram, that's my main place.
Mhm.
Aimee Purple Reign. I'm on all platforms. Aimee Purple Reign. My first name is Aimee. That is my government, by the way. And so you can find me on all platforms there. Follow my music. My music's on all platforms too. So
Okay. Look,
yeah.
this is an artist that deserves some shine, and I really enjoy you as a personality, both. And this is the first time that we've actually been face to face, so to speak. Um, but I enjoy watching your story on Instagram. I enjoy the music, and
I appreciate that.
I think that you'll be somebody once you give it to them, like you really give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
That you'll be somebody that we'll be talking about for years.
Uh-oh. Oh my God. Mm-mm.
Look out now. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Like,
You just drop a
yeah.
run real quick. Let me just drop a
Uh-huh.
run real quick. Yeah, you'll be somebody that we're talking about for a long time. And I promise you that we'll stay interactive.
I
Uh,
appreciate that.
that'd be me, by the way, on the hype account on your top.
I know you show me mad love. I appreciate that so
I'm
much.
like, we're gonna make sure that as many people as we can reach out and share you with, that we can share, that we'll do exactly that. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
So
That's dope. I'm manifesting that cover of Hype magazine as we speak.
I might have something up my sleeve. I might have something up my sleeve. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how
We
it goes.
talked about that earlier, yeah. But yeah, I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
you gonna have
I
to
appreciate it so much.
you gonna have to jump into the photo booth though and get me
Oh,
some,
I got
some real
some dope ones now.
high res joints. You know what I mean?
I
So
got some fire ones now actually that I haven't shown that I
okay.
can sing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can send me a couple of those. That'd be good. You know,
Okay.
I'm the ones that you sent me are great. I just need them to be like, 2 or 3 make. Let me stop the recording. Anyway, hold on. So the Hype Magazine live sessions, we've had Aimee Purple Reign, amazing artist and a wonderful personality. She really cares about people. She's got multiple ventures going on. Look out for In One Mic with Fredro Starr. That's coming soon.
Coming soon.
Stay tuned for the drop of her joint with Lil Kiki.
Look, money to the ceiling.
Money to the ceiling.
That way.
Shout out Rap A Lot. When I used to live in Houston, I had a little record store back on Beltway 8 off of Studewood. And
what?
Yeah.
H-Town representing.
Oh man, that was the spot. Best food in the world I found was in Houston. Yeah, so they used to come through. So y'all put her on now. She deserves it. She's hardworking. This is the hardworkingest young lady that I have met in the industry. Outside of doing music, you feel me?
Oh man,
yeah.
I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, homie.
All right. The Hype Magazine live sessions. Hey, until next time. Peace.
Thank you.